What's going on, everybody? It's the NBA Guru Show. I'm Zach. This is Naf. We're gonna go over the East over unders, and we're gonna go through all 15 teams here. Give you guys some insight. Uh, give us It's a little early, but we're just gonna throw out our takes here. See what's going on. How you feeling, Naf, on the East? You gonna feel a little bit better than the West, or you felt good for
I
both?
think so. I think so. I feel like the East is well, everyone knows the East is a lot weaker, so this is gonna be this should be a little easier in my opinion.
Yeah. So basically, let's start with we're gonna go from the worst teams in the East from last year. So we'll start with the Wizards, who had 18 wins last season. The over/under for the Washington Wizards is 20.5 wins. And I'm gonna go under. I still think they're terrible. I still think they're bad. They got nobody. They got CJ McCollum. He's a little bit older. They got Chris Middleton, who barely plays ever, and they got a couple young guys: Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Alex Sarr. Some nice names, some good development there, but I think it's going to take a while for these guys to get anywhere. So I'm going under. I think they're going to get like 16, 17 wins, dude.
Yeah, this one's close. I will also go under. I think that the vets on the team will probably not be on the team. You're looking at CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton. They had Marcus Smart there. You bought him out. So I don't think they'll be on the team come February. This is just a young team. Trey Johnson, I do like. I think he can potentially win Rookie of the Year. Might be a long shot, but I really like Trey Johnson. I really like their young talent, AJ Johnson, as well, that they traded for. And another guy that they traded for, Cam Whitmore. So this is a very young team. I'm interested to see how Alex Sarr takes that next step, but I think it's too young. Keyshawn George looked great in summer league. Bub Carrington didn't look as good as Keyshawn George in summer league, but yeah, it's just a lot of young guys, man. A lot of young guys that I'm personally a big fan of. I didn't even mention Will Riley, who I'm super high on, higher than consensus. So this is a very, very young team. And for that reason, I think they go under 20.5. And I think that they have another high pick in next year's draft. So yeah, I'll go under the 20.5.
Okay. Uh, on the same page there. We'll go to the Charlotte Hornets last season. 19 wins. Over under this year's 27.5. Pretty big jump. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Con Canuple, Miles Bridges, Mason Plumlee. They got Colin Sexton now from that Nurkic trade. They got Trey Mann, Spencer Dinwiddie, Grant Williams still there. Salon, Josh Green. It's it's they got some good pieces. Hopefully they're healthy. I feel like health is the major issue for these guys, so
Yeah.
that's like always a big thing. LaMelo's always missing games, so I feel like if LaMelo's playing, they'll get the over. But that never really happens. So, man, this one's kind of tough. This one's big on health. I'm gonna go over on this one. I think
Okay. Okay.
I think even if LaMelo gets a little hurt, during the season, I think like the Miles Bridges, the Brandon Miller, he get more experience for these guys. I think they can, and Colin Sexton can, some a little bit a guy that's played the league for a minute. So I think they can swallow up 28 wins in the East. I'll go with the over.
Yeah, I think this is like you said, LaMelo's health is big. Just been missing a lot of games these past couple of seasons, but hey, I'm 2 for 2. Unlike the West, I'm going to agree with you on this one and also go with the over 27.5. I like what they did getting Colin Sexton as like that sixth man that could sort of run the offense when LaMelo is either missing time or on the bench. Miles Bridges. I think the weak link with this team is looking at center. You have Musa
Mhm.
Diabate, who's probably going to start at center. They drafted Ryan Kalkbrenner. These are both players are very weak depth when it comes to the center position. Obviously, they traded away Mark Williams and Yusuf Nurkic this past summer. So I like their draft. One of my favorite drafts in this past June's draft. Drafting Sion James, Liam McNeely, who they got late, and then obviously Con Knipple, who looked really good in summer league. Averaged 15 points in summer league. Liam McNeely as well only played 2 games. He averaged 18 points. Hey, summer league champions too, so they got that momentum going into the season. I like to see if Tijan Salon takes a step. He was a 6 overall pick, I believe. So, I mean, this is another team that's very young, but I like their coach, Charles Lee, a great coach that they got from that Boston Celtics system. So I'm gonna go
Mhm.
over. I know it's a young team. Brandon Miller, another player that another young player that I think will take a leap in his third season, was hampered by injury as well last year. So I actually like the depth of this team. The only problem is they're very young, but I do think that they have enough talent to go over 27.5.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, I don't think there's much to say for that. Let's go to the next one here. The Sixers, who won 24 games. They are 41 and a half for this season, upcoming season. This one's kind of interesting. What do you think about this one?
This is an interesting one because this is one that could go way under, or this is one that could go way over. So this one probably has a highest standard deviation among all the
Mhm.
over unders. I would say almost in the NBA, and I'm gonna go under. I do not like this team. I mean, we're already hearing stuff about Paul George's knee just these past couple of
Embiid.
weeks, and Embiid. We had that ESPN article about Embiid and what he's gone through. I do not like the news cycle that this team has had recently, specifically with those two. I do like VJ Edgecombe. I think he's gonna be an all-star in this league. Tyrese
Yeah, me
Maxey
too.
already an all-star, a super max type of player. Jared McCain obviously tore his meniscus last year, had a good showing in the small sample size that he played in. But I just don't like the depth of this team, man. And I do not like how they have pretty much that two timeline system. They sort of fell into it. But I do not like the makeup of this team. I'm going under pretty easily.
Yeah, I like the under two here. Maxi, McCain, Edgecombe. I like those three young pieces. That's a really good like three young pieces for this
Yeah,
team in the East. Like that's really solid. And if they get rid of the George and Embiid contract somehow, some way, some point, they can really do some damage. But that's
good luck
down the
with
line.
that.
Yeah, that's way down the line. But yeah, the bench isn't great. They got Drummond,
Yeah,
Gordon, Kelly Oubre.
you got
Lowry
Kelly
is
Oubre.
uh, it's just not good pieces.
Yeah, that's a concern.
And Entries is the big thing. I'm going under two, man. 3 for 3. That's way
Wow.
yeah. We didn't do this in the West, man.
Yes,
But
we
yeah,
did.
I got
Few
these
weeks
guys.
ago.
It's just if Paul George and Embiid aren't playing games, which I'm leaning towards they're not because they don't really do that. I'm gonna go and yeah, like you're saying, all the reports, same stuff. So 41's a lot. Like that's a lot of
That's a
games to win.
lot. That's pretty much top 8 in the
Yeah,
East.
and
I
I don't
don't
see
think
that at
Paul
all.
George and
So
Embiid play over a combined 100 games. I
no,
mean,
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so,
I
do
don't
you?
think they play over 80 games.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's half the season. Each of them missing half the season.
There's a
Yeah.
chance that Embiid doesn't play the whole season and Paul
there-
George plays maybe
There's
20, 30 games.
there's a chance this is just blows up in Sixers'
Yeah.
face, then they have to just absolutely blow it up or something. The problem is their best guys are all like young guards, so they don't really have the wings besides like Kelly
hmm
Oubre. So I just don't like the makeup of this team, man.
Let's go to the Brooklyn Nets here. 26 wins last year, and they are at a over-under of 20 and a half games. Very, very young team. What do you got for this one? Over under?
I got under on Brooklyn. I think this is a pretty easy under. Look, they've had 5 first-round picks. Nick Claxton, Michael Porter Jr. They traded for. They still have Terrence Mann on the roster. I know he might be a forgotten name. Noah Clowney, Dayron Sharp, who I do like. So the problem with this team is like super young. Um, Very interesting sort of, makeup of that starting five is probably going to be something like Terrence Mann, maybe Keon Johnson, Michael Porter, Noah Clowney, and Nick Claxton, something like that. I mean, obviously, I think a lot of the guys will. I think this is a team that's going to have a lot of those guys, those vets on the injury report because I think that they are going to be delving into the tank. And
Hmm.
then, I mean, this is without the Cam Thomas, who, I mean, if
Yeah.
he might take the qualifying offer at this point and just become an unrestricted free agent next summer. So, a lot of questions with this team, and for that reason, I'm going under. I think this is a tank team.
Uh, I got the under as well. This was kind of close, a little closer than I
Oh,
think
okay.
you got it. Just because there is so many bad teams in the East that these teams might pick up games on each other. Um, but this is very young. Zaire, Michael Porter Jr., Claxton, maybe Cam Thomas, probably Cam Thomas, Igor, uh, Ben Saraf, Drake Powell, Terrence Mann, Danny Wolf. Just Jalen Wilson, just players that just need minutes just to kind of show off their value. And I don't think they're going to try to be winning. I think they're just going to be trying to developing, like you're kind of saying. So
How many points do you think
uh,
Michael Porter Jr. averages this year?
I'm gonna go with 23.
Oh, okay, 23. That's a lot. Yeah, because
How
he's
many do you
gonna have.
think?
This is gonna be interesting. This is the first time he's out of Denver, so I mean, he's not gonna have Jokic getting him good looks, but I'm gonna be interested to see how Michael Porter Jr. fits into this team.
He's gonna be chucking, right?
He's gonna be chucking, but that's if Cam Thomas isn't chucking. Him and Cam Thomas might just be chucking the whole season in the games they play. To be honest, because if Cam Thomas is on a qualifying offer, he's just gonna be getting his numbers. He's not gonna care.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's
just
a
gonna
good
want to
point.
look good for his next contract, next team. So yeah, I think this is a under 20 and a half. You want under
Yeah,
two, right?
Michael, yeah, under two. Michael Porter has 18 points per game last season. What do you think his number is going to be?
23 is a good number. Yeah, I think 20. I'll say 20 points a game. I
Okay,
just don't know how many
not
games he's
too
gonna
bad.
play too. That's really the question. Because if it's less games, I think his points per game will go up.
Yeah. All right, next one, the Raptors. We're going 30 wins from last season, and their over under this year is 37 and a half. Um, I think Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jakub Podol. A pretty solid starting lineup. You got Jamal Sheed,
Yeah,
you
Jamal
got
Shead,
Grady
yeah.
Dick,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
O'Shea Abaji.
Jacoby Walter,
Mm-hmm.
Akbaji,
Yep.
Colin Murray Boyles, their pick. I think he was the ninth
Ninth
pick.
pick, right?
Yeah. I kind of like this team. It's a little
Okay.
underrated. It's a little underrated team.
Underrated.
Yeah,
Wow.
everyone just kind of shits on the Raptors because they got all these weird ass pieces and they're just like it's just like doesn't really make sense for the team, but they do have talent and I like it. Um, I'm going over. I'm going over 37 and a half, and I think they're going to surprise. I think they're going to be right around that play-in. Uh, and I think they'll be I don't know if they'll be fun because they just got these weird type of players that don't have like the most stylistic type of play, type archetypes,
Yeah.
watching entertainment wise, but they got pretty good talent. They have talent on the team for sure. And even their like bench, like Jacoby Walter, Colin Murray Boyles, Jamal Shed, Akbaji, Grady Dick. I mean, they have an okay bench. It's not terrible. It's a lot of young players, although on the bench, I'll say that for sure. But if Scotty Barnes makes a leap, and I don't know, we'll see. What do you think?
Look, I'm gonna agree with you. I think this goes over.
Five in
Um,
a row.
yeah, 37 and a half. I mean, this team was purposely trying to tank last year and they ended up with 30 wins. So I think that they are going to be that 6 to 10 range of playing team in the East. But I'll tell you why everyone shits on them because they're paying Brandon Ingram 38 million, Emmanuel Quickly 32.5 million, and they just signed Jakub Pertl, who's also going to be making 28 million. So those three players alone make up, I think, yeah, those three players alone essentially make up almost 70% of the Toronto Raptors cap.
Wow.
Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickly, and Jakob Pertl. So the finances of this team is very suspect. I will say that. I'm not sure what they're doing. That Emmanuel Quickly contract is not looking good. They kind of had to re-up Jakob Pertl because they don't really have another rim protecting center that you really could have signed. Colin Murray-Burrowell's ninth pick. You talked about him. I do like this team. Jamal Shed, I think, is one of the most underrated defenders in the league at the guard position. Sacramento Kings actually draft pick that was traded. So, look, I like the depth of this team. Grady Dick, I think, can take another leap. O'Shea Abaji is not a bad role player. He looked much better last season compared to his previous seasons. Yeah, so I mean, my concern with this team is the finances, but putting it on paper, I do think that they're good enough to win over 37.5 in the East. And I am a big Scotty Barnes fan. I do like Brendan Ingram. Not a big fan of RJ Barrett or Emmanuel Quickly, but I think they have enough talent to go over.
And they got Ingram in the second half of the season last year.
Yeah, he hasn't
So
even played a game. Ingram hasn't even played a
yeah,
game as a Toronto Raptor.
so
Funny enough.
yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Um, Chicago Bulls up next. They were 39 wins last season. Vegas is saying they're not. It's 30.5. I got an over for this one. Giddy,
Wow.
Kobe White, Matas, Patrick Williams, Vucevic. They got a bench of not a lot, to be honest. Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Javon Carter, Trey Jones. Bench is pretty weak, very weak, I'd say. But they got like a similar team from last year, and they're saying they're going to be 9 wins worse. I don't see that happening. I see Matas being better. I see the whole team, Giddy playing a little bit better. The one thing you worry about is if Vucevic gets traded. That's the thing that kind of would
Bought
bring
out.
the wins lower. So that's the one that to keep an eye on. But I don't know. I think that might if a trade like that does happen, it might be towards the end, near the dead trade deadline where 50 games pass by. So I see. I see. I'm going over on this one. I'm going over on the Bulls.
This might be the first one we disagree on, right? Because I'm going to go
Yeah.
under on the Bulls.
Okay.
I have no idea what the Bulls are doing, similar to the Sacramento Kings. I mean, they have their relations. I mean, the comparison has been hammered by now. The Josh Giddey, another restricted free agent that's looming, that I'm assuming that they will reach an agreement with here sometime this summer. Yeah, man, I think Vucevic, you mentioned, I think he'll get bought out, is what I mean. We've heard those rumors. So I think that he does eventually get bought out. Now, whether that's in February, January, December, I don't know. Yeah, you said it, man. I do not like this team's bench at all. I mean, I like Noah Essengay, but he's a rookie. Zach Collins, whatever. He's a journeyman big in this league. Same with Jalen Smith. Patrick Williams, I mean, on $18 million in a year. That's a contract I think that they regret giving to him. 5 years, $90 million. They might have jumped the gun on that contract. Trading for Isaac Okoro. I mean, this is a lot of guys that just can't score the ball, man. I mean, besides Kobe White, there just really isn't any scorers on this team. Even Josh Giddey isn't really known for his scoring. I think that this is a team that might finally, after all these years of being an NBA purgatory, if they're smart enough and their front office is smart enough, they just delve into the tank and in a deep draft class and hope they could get a top 5 pick. And that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting that they take that route. They do have some talent in their starting 5, but with Giddey, Kobe White, Matthias Buzelis, Vucevic, Herter, but yeah, I'm going to go under. I think that this is finally the year that the Chicago Bulls blow it up.
Yeah, hopefully it took them a while. They found a dumb team to take Zach LaVine, so
Exactly.
they're slowly getting rid, and they found a dumb team to get rid of DeMar DeRozan. So they keep, just one more to go. All right, we got the Hawks. We got the Hawks. I know you're high on the Hawks.
Yep.
Very, very high on the Hawks. Got them at the top 2 team in the East.
Yep.
What do you? I'm guessing you're going over, right?
Yeah. This one's easy. If you've been listening to me on the Hawks, I think that they could be a top 2 team. I think they will be a top 2 team in the East. So I mean, I've waxed lyrical about the Atlanta Hawks, man. I just love this team. Love everything they did in free agency. And I'm going over this 46.5 pretty easily. So yeah, man. I mean,
I'm right with you.
Okay,
I'm right with you. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Jalen Johnson, Zach Ricochet, Porzingis, Asa Newell, Onyeka Okongwu, They got a lot of good players. As long as they're healthy. I know Kristaps is even if Kristaps misses games or a few of these guys miss a few games here and there, I think they still got like a decent like bench. Luke Kennard, they got a decent bench, and I think they can get 48 wins. I'm not putting them at top two, but I'm definitely putting them at top four. In the East, and so I think that'll be enough for 48 wins at least. I love
100%.
the Hawks this year. I love the
Yeah,
Hawks.
same. And Trey Young is on a contract year, so that will be interesting if they do extend him.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Uh, Next one's the Miami Heat. They won 37 games last year, and we got them at pulling it up 39 and a half. 39 and a half wins. What do you got for this one for me?
Yeah, I'm going over. I'm not going under on a Miami Heat Eric Spoelstra team. That is not a bet that I'm willing to make. Acquired Norman Powell this offseason, pretty much gave up nothing for him. Trading away Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson. So they got better in that regard. Uh, Gave Davion Mitchell a 2 years, $24 million extension. I mean, it's probably going to be Hero, Powell, Wiggins, Adebayo, and Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware, I think,
Hmm.
will take a leap his sophomore year. He looked really good, one of the best rookies last season. Yeah, I'm going over. I think they easily go over the 39 and a half. I think they'll be one of the top 6, 7 teams in the East. They were 14-28 in clutch games last season,
Hmm.
so I would expect them to be better in that regards. And they did play the most clutch games in the NBA last year, so that is a pretty poor record. So yeah, I'm going over. What about you?
Yeah, I got it also as over. This is crazy. I think we've agreed on every single one except one of them.
Wow.
Um, Look, the East is weaker this year. Boston's going to be out. Indiana's going to be out. So the Heat can do their try hard way as usual of getting wins. And I think 39 and a half is
Eight
an easy
culture,
amount to
baby.
get to. Yeah, Heat culture. You got a decent bench. You said the starting lineup, but off the bench they got Jaime Jaquez, Jovic, Terry Rozier, Davion Mitchell, Casper's their pick from this year,
Yep.
who I think could be
Haywood
decent.
Highsmith.
Yeah, Haywood Highsmith, Simone Fontecchio. I mean,
Vecchio.
they got players, man. They got
Yep.
players and
Deep.
veteran, and yeah, I think they can definitely be a playoff team this year for sure.
Yeah. Agree.
Um, all right, here we go. Next one, Orlando Magic, 41 wins last year, was exactly 500, and this year they are saying Orlando is 50 and a half. Pretty high. Uh,
What
that's
do you
nine
think?
games over from last
Yeah.
year.
Big leap.
Um, Suggs, Bain, Wagner, Bankero, Wendell Carter Jr. starting
Yep.
five. Uh, Bench going to be Jace Richardson, Tristan Da Silva, Jonathan Isaac, Wagner, Moritz Wagner, Mo Wagner. They got Goga still. Tyus Jones, Anthony Black. Solid bench, I'd say, actually. So, and Jet Howard, they have a solid bench. 50 and a half is a lot at 10 games almost, but they were hurt for a lot last year. Like Wagner and Benkero both missed games. They're getting Bane that they got for those 4 or 5 firsts. So, I'm going to go over, I think. I'm going to go over on this one too. I'm going to go over on this one too.
Okay. So another one we agree on. I mean, it's a big jump from 41 to 50 and a half, but hey, man, that's why you trade 4 first round picks for
Yeah.
Desmond Bain. Um, Franz and Paulo missed a lot of last season. They had those 2 hip injuries, if you remember, at the beginning. So that was unlucky. I think that's a reason for why they went 41 and 41 last season. I think this team got better. I think they easily go over 50 and a half in the East. I think Paolo takes a jump. I like what I'm seeing from Franz Wagner this summer, fixing his shot. He had a little hitch in his shot last year, which contributed to poor shooting
Mhm.
from him. So I do like that he is fixing his shot. I do think he's a player that needs to aim to make an all-star team. Paolo got paid this summer, so that was good to see. I think he is one of the best. He has potential to be one of the best players in the league, top 15. So I know that the analytics don't love him. So I don't agree with that in that regard. So I think that yeah, their bench, Jace Richardson, Tyus Jones, you mentioned. I mean, Wendell Carter. The big one is just Desmond Bain. I mean, that's a big addition. Desmond Bain and a healthy Franz and Paolo and a healthy Jalen Suggs, too. Jalen Suggs missed a lot of the end of last year, which is what really cost them in the playoffs. So, yeah, I like this team to go over, honestly, pretty
And
comfortably.
their bench is a little, they have some young pieces like Jace Richardson off the bench, who's kind of they just drafted him. Anthony Black's
Anthony
only
Black,
21.
mhm,
Silva is
Silva. Yeah, these
23
are
or
recent,
something.
like lottery picks.
Yeah, Jet Howard 21. So their main guys
Yeah,
off the bench is Isaac Wagner and Goga. Goga is 26, not even that old. So I think if they all those guys get better,
deep
like
bench,
they're
yeah.
gonna
Just a couple of
yeah
those guys, they don't even need all of those
yeah
guys. Just a couple of guys to take a leap, man, and that's a
yeah
deep bench. That's a deep bench.
exactly. Um, okay. We're on the same page for most of these so far. Detroit 44 wins last year, and they're at 44 and a half for Vegas. What do you got going for Detroit here?
I love Detroit. I think they go over 44 and a half. I don't see how this team, Vegas's numbers essentially saying they're going to stay the same. But we've talked about it. They're going to lose Malik Beasley, but they're essentially going to have Jaden Ivey, who was looking like he made a drastic jump in his sophomore year before another player that season was prematurely ended by injury. So they're getting him back. They signed Duncan Robinson, great movement shooter to go alongside Cade.
Replace Beasley.
Um, replace Beasley, and they also lost Tim Hardaway, but they did also gain Karis LeVert. Yeah, Ron Holland is a player that I think that they're going to look to hopefully make a jump in his sophomore season. Another top, I think it was a top 6th or 7th pick for them. He had another sensational summer league player, averaged 21 points in summer league. So yeah, I think that they're pretty much banking on him to make a leap. I mean, Asor Thompson, another player that they're gonna hope to make a jump. And I think all these players do make
Yeah.
jumps, in my opinion. And then
Yeah.
adding Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, getting Jaden Ivey back. I think this is an easy 40 over 44 and a half.
Oh, easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I'm gonna be agreeing again. Uh, Pretty crazy here. Still agreeing all the way here. Um, I do think it's gonna be a little close. Like I think they'll get like 46 wins, some 45, 46. I think they're gonna be right there. A playoff team gonna be right around there. That like fourth through, or like fifth through seventh, type thing. Fifth or sixth,
Okay.
they could easily be fifth seed in the East.
Yeah.
I do think they're gonna miss Beasley a little bit, but I hope Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson can replace the shooting. That's the big thing about Detroit. They did well because they finally got space for Cade Cunningham.
Right.
And so that was huge that they had Beasley. So hopefully Robinson, Karis LeVert, Marcus Sasser, I think that's how you
Hmm.
say his name.
Yeah.
Who's a decent shooter from three, 38, 37% from three. Tobias still there. If Auxerre makes a jump, I don't think he's going to be shooting well, but just offensively and defensively, if he's a little bit better, that'll be huge. And like you said, Ronald Holland, the second defensive prowess right there. So their defense looks really good. They got some good. I mean, yeah, they got really good defenders with Auxerre, and if Ron Holland develops like that. So we'll see. And yeah, Isaiah Stewart. Hopefully he's a little bit healthier this year. That guy always misses games. I feel like.
He is always
Or
suspended.
at least it was more of yeah, or suspended. Last year he did play 72 games, but the year before he had 46 and 50.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah. All right, we're both on the same page there.
Yep.
Um, all right, next one's the Bucks, 48 wins last year, and the over under is 42 and a half, which is pretty low just from the first second you look at that for a team that has Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Mm-hmm.
They got Miles Turner, Giannis, Kyle Kuzma, Gary Trent, Kevin Porter. Yeah, their point guard and shooting guard's kind of weak. Even their small forward depends on how much you like Kyle Kuzma, but him as a starting small forward, it'll be interesting again. But their bench is not terrible looking at it. They got Cole Anthony, AJ Green, Gary Harris, Torian Prince, Andre Jackson, Bobby Portis, Jericho Sims. It's not like terrible. It's definitely not good, but I mean, I feel like
Ryan
just having Giannis
Rollins.
gets, yeah, uh, just having Giannis, um, should be getting you at least like 44, 45 wins. So I think they'll be right around that fifth, sixth, seventh seed as well. And unless like Vegas thinks there's a Giannis trade or something and just goes
Yeah.
downhill and stuff. But I'm gonna say that they're gonna try to keep him. Oh, they'll keep him. He'll stay on the Bucks, and I'm going over. I'm going over in Milwaukee. 42.5 seems low.
I agree. I think that the only reason they do go low is Giannis asks for a trade and they trade him or he gets hurt. I'm not betting on
Yeah,
a Giannis team to go under. 42.5 is very low in the East.
yeah.
This team won 48 games last year. Yeah, granted, Damian Lillard did play the majority. He didn't play all this season. He played the majority of the season. So they will be losing that, but they will be gaining Miles Turner. Um, and like you said, man, I mean, their bench is not that bad. Like Torian Prince, Bobby Portis. I mean, I really like Ryan Rollins.
Hmm.
They were able to retain him. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being the starting point guard over Kevin Porter Jr. At some point in the season. Not a big fan of Kyle Kuzma, but I think this team hasn't just. I mean, like we said, the East is just so weak that like if you have enough talented players in depth, I think that you will be fighting for at least a top 8 seed, top 9 um, in that conference. So I think they go over 42.5. This is just a Giannis bet, in my opinion. If Giannis plays
Yeah,
60, 70 games, they're
100%.
going over 65 games,
100%.
they're going over 42.5.
Um, yeah, I 100% agree there. That it's yeah, we'll see. Next team I got is the Indiana Pacers who won 50 games. Their over under is 38 and a half, 12 game difference. Tyrese is not playing. They lost Miles Turner. Um, I think those are two big, huge pieces that they lost. I think they're two big, huge pieces, and I'm going under based on those two things. I know they could get better with Nemhard. Benedict Mathurin can make a jump and just chuck the crap out of the ball this year. Pascal's there, but and it's Naismith, but I think Turner and Tyrese were the foundation of the team. So I'm
Okay.
going under.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I'm going to go over 38.5. I'm not betting against Rick Carlisle in this front office. I think that they are too talented. Pascal Siakam is still there. Whether Benedict Mathurin they end up moving, I know he might be a player that they look to trade during the season. I'm not sure. I think that with the Pacers, I think Andrew Nemhart takes a huge leap this season. I think that he will win the Most Improved Player of the Year award, and I think that he will be an
Whoa.
All-Star in the Eastern Conference. That's how much I believe
Whoa.
that Andrew Nemhard will take a jump with Tyrese Halliburton out for the season. I really think that he's going to show like what he really can do now that he has the keys pretty much to this
Hmm.
team. I mean, look, he's not going to replace Tyrese 1 for 1, but I think he could get like to 80%, 85% of Tyrese's production. I think
Hmm.
Nemhard's capable of doing that. And for that reason, I think Johnny Furphy, the rookie from last year, didn't really play much last year. If he might be getting more minutes.
Hmm.
Um, and then, yeah, I actually like Jay Huff, who they brought in to replace Miles Turner. Obviously, he can't stretch a court like Miles Turner, but I think he can be an underrated acquisition for Indiana. Isaiah Jackson will probably cover that, that missing sort of center spot that Miles Turner leaves behind. So, yeah, Aaron Neesmith. I mean, I still like this team. I mean, yeah, they lost Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner, but I still like the makeup of this team, and I really think Andrew Nemhard is going to surprise a lot of people this year. And for that reason, I'm going over 38.5.
If I'm the Indiana Pacers organization, I'm telling everyone to tank this team for the year. I'm telling them to straight up tank,
Wow.
straight up tank. Get a good
Wow.
pick, get
See, I'm
Tyrese back,
gonna I'm gonna
and win
tell
it.
another organization that, but just a little teaser. It's not the Indiana Pacers. So another team we'll be
I,
talking about here soon.
I know where you're heading with that one.
I think
I
it's
know where you're
pretty
heading with that one.
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's funny. So yeah, those are
So this is your Dallas
that's
Mavericks. You told the Mavericks of the West
yeah.
to tank. This is the
I
Mavericks
like
for
I
you.
like it. Whenever there's a team that lost a big player with an ACL or some big injury and they're out for a year, I like that. Just seeing a tank. It worked for
Wow.
a bunch of teams in the past year. So,
Okay. Okay.
um,
Interesting.
um, all right, let's get to the New York Knicks. 51 wins last year, and this year they are at. I got it here.
53
One
and a half.
second.
Right. Is it 53 and a half?
53 and a half, yeah.
Okay.
53 and a half for the Knicks. So two more games than last year, or three more, yeah, three more games than last year.
Yeah.
What do you got for me for this one?
Yeah, this is easy over for me. I love what this team did in this offseason. Um, I before even coming into into the playoffs, I did think that Tom Thibodeau was on the hot seat, and he did end up being fired, and they replaced him with Mike Brown. I think that's a positive move. I think Mike Brown is more of a player's coach. These players won't be playing 40 plus minutes every night. I like the acquisitions that they got in Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, and we'll see if I don't know if Tyler Kolek, their sophomore guard, will take a leap or will get a lot of minutes. The South Deuce McBride. Just recently agreed to an extension with Mikal Bridges. I mean, it's pretty much the same team running it back, but they're getting Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson. So I think this is an easy over. And yeah, I think it's an easy over. What about you?
This one's tough. It's just because the East is weaker that I'm thinking I'm going over, and I do like the Clarkson Yabusele additions. They didn't do that. It's a decent. It is underrated off season for sure
Yeah,
for New York, but yeah, I think it's gonna be, man. It's so close to if I want to give them. They're literally gonna be, I think, around like 52 or 54 wins. It's like one or the other. But just because the East is a little bit weaker, I'm gonna go over, and I think they will be the a top three team in the East. So just for that reason, I'm going on the over,
I agree.
as well.
I think they'll be a top three team. I think they'll be the third seed in the East.
Yeah. Um, okay. We got two more left here. Boston, 61 wins from last season. This year, 42 and a half because of Tatum's injury. Um, did a lot of transactions, got rid of Porzingis, got rid of Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
They got Anthony Simons instead. Um, interesting team. I mean, most likely their starting is going to be Derek White, Anthony Simons, Jalen Brown, Sam Hauser, and Keta. Like,
Well, they just signed Chris
that was gonna.
Boucher
You think
too.
he'll start?
I don't know if he'll start between. Yeah, who did you say? Keta and who? Who was starting at the forward spot at the
Sam
four?
Hauser.
Yeah, I think Chris Boucher will start over Sam Hauser.
Okay, okay, that's a long lineup. I'm just gonna go based. I'm gonna go. I know you're heading for this one, but I
Yeah.
think th- I think they're gonna be. They're still gonna try hard. Payne Pritchard can maybe make a little bit of a leap. Um, Chris Boucher, Keta's decent at the defensive end. They're just gonna let Simons and Brown chuck, uh, and Peyton. Uh, I I'm gonna go over. I think they'll get like 44 wins.
Wow.
They'll be in like the play-in or run the play-in. I'm gonna go over.
Yeah. So this is a team. I mean, if you didn't know that, I teased that I think should blow it up and they should tank. Similar to, I think they did this when they've done this before, the Boston Celtics. I'm not sure if it was Paul Pierce and some other, but where they had that sort of like gap
Mhm.
season. I mean, the Spurs have done this, when they with David
Yeah, Spurs.
Robinson and they ended up with Tim Duncan. I think that
Yeah.
this is a team. I know you think that it's the Mavs and the Pacers. I think this is a team that needs to, because I really don't like the makeup
I
of this team.
yeah.
I just don't like the depth, to be honest. Like, this is, I mean, I guess Jalen Brown would really, really, in my opinion, have to like be like in MVP conversations, all NBA first team. Like he would really have to. And he's someone that was also injured during the playoffs and had, I think he had surgery on his knee during this offseason. So yeah, man. I mean, Derek White, yeah, he's good. Anthony Simons, I do like the pickup, but I just don't like the front court, man. Like Boucher, Kada, Hauser. I mean, you're losing Porzingis and Horford. I think that they
Hmm.
don't have the front court and the depth to compete. I like their pick, Hugo Gonzalez, but that's one for the future. Baylor
Yeah.
Shireman as well. I mean, he's an older. He's going to be, I believe, a sophomore. He had an okay summer league. Payne Pritchard is probably going to be once again in six man of the year
Yeah.
conversations. So yeah, I just really don't think this team is talented enough, to be honest with you. Specifically in the front court to get over 42 and a half, unless Jaylen Brown just goes absolutely ballistic, or Anthony Simons, or even Derek White. But I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I can see that too. I mean, like I said, I always just like when a team has like that, a big injury like that, just to take that year off,
Yeah,
and get a pick. So, um, yeah, we'll see, man. There's a lot of teams like that. Uh, but yeah, I just think maybe like they're just gonna be, they still got some like they're just gonna try a little bit. They're still got decent pieces. Simons is a good player. Well, we'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah, it's
One we disagree on, we'll have to come back to one of the few.
yeah, Cleveland Cavaliers. Pretty crazy. 64 wins last year, and they're
Yeah.
down to 50, and the over under is 55 and a half, and I think they got better as a team. I don't know if that's crazy.
Wow.
uh, Darius Garland. The backup is Lonzo Ball, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Backup, and then they got DeAndre Hunter still, Dean Wade, Larry Nance Jr. I think Evan Mobley's gonna get better. I think Lonzo Ball should be like I think he's like a sneaky good addition to this team. Yeah, I mean, like, to go 9 games under and the East is weaker. I think that's crazy. That's crazy talk. I'm
Do
going
you think they
over.
got better just because, like, well, I mean, the only move they pretty much made was like a Cora for Lonzo Ball, right? I mean, they
Yeah,
lost Ty Jerome.
yeah, that's
Do you
true.
think
Ty
they got
Jerome
better,
is
or do
kind of
you think
big.
it's just like Evan Mobley and like you think these guys will just get better as a unit?
Yeah, I think like Mobley will be a little bit better. I like the Lonzo Ball. I think Akuro wasn't that good, and like I know DeAndre Hunter was like a late addition last season,
True,
so at least
true.
for like that'll be a little bit more synchronized there. Um, and they still got like Sam Merrill's a decent shooter. Jalen Tyson maybe gets some time. I don't know if he'll develop. He's still very young. I like him out of Cal. Big Cal guy here. So we'll see. I just think like 9 games is crazy to go under, and like, I mean, like I definitely don't think they got worse. I just think like they're either the same or got better. So,
Yeah, I don't know
um,
where. Yeah,
I,
no, I agree with you. 8.5 is
I'm going over easy.
ridiculous. 8.5 less
Yeah,
games is ridiculous. I don't know where this number's coming from, unless Vegas knows
yeah,
something, or like one of these
yeah.
guards is Garland or Mitchell
I
maybe
hope it's
gets
not a
traded.
trap.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. I mean, I don't see Vegas predicting injuries, so maybe they know something we don't. Hey, maybe Garland or Mitchell could
Is-
be on the move. Jared Allen, but I don't just,
Are
man,
they
I
near
don't
their
see it. I
second
think this is going to
apron?
be, huh?
Are they near their second apron and they think like they're gonna try to trade like
Oh,
Garland or
right,
something?
right. They are second apron projected to be over like 20 million over the second apron, so they fly by that. But I think that
Yeah.
this is a team that should go all in for it this year. Like you said, I mean, the
Mhm.
Lonzo Ball acquisition, I need to see it from him first, to be honest. I need him to see him
Yeah.
play more than like 20
That's
games.
fair. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I don't like, yeah, whatever. They lost Ty Jerome, but Ty Jerome in the playoffs last year was not good in
Hmm.
the games that Garland missed. So I think that they can make up for that. I like their second round pick, Tyrese Proctor. He had a great summer league showing.
Hmm.
I think that Evan Mobley will take that next leap. I think he could be a top all defensive first team type of player. Potentially defensive player of the year if some other guys get hurt or miss games. He could be in that running. He was last season. So yeah, I agree, man. I don't see how this team doesn't finish
Yeah.
first in the East again. This is an easy over for me.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm looking at their salary and stuff right now. I don't think they're man, I don't know if like they're that close to that second apron as I thought.
Or are they
I'm not
not?
sure.
I thought they've already passed the second apron.
I don't know if it's because they didn't sign Ty Jerome, so that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm looking at it, they're like 19th, unless I'm looking at the right.
Oh,
Maybe
they're
maybe I
20
should.
million past. Yeah, they're already past the second apron, I
Oh,
believe.
here we go. I looked at the wrong
They
year.
have 200. Yeah,
Yeah, they're number one. They're
yeah,
number one for
yeah,
2026
they blow
overall.
past the second apron.
Yeah,
244
yeah.
mil, 20 million
So
past
maybe
second
Vegas
apron.
knows that they're gonna try to trade. I don't know. That's the
Yeah,
only
maybe.
reason.
Hey, maybe this things start just going bad, and then hey, I don't know. I'm not gonna play. I would go over for now. I'm just going based off what I know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. Maybe they're willing to pay it for this year and try to go all out and win the ship. So,
yeah, exactly.
um, all right. We got all of them. We kind of actually we're on the same track for all of them except Celtics,
Yeah,
Pacers, and
Pacers,
Bulls.
Bulls. Yeah,
Everything else is the
those three
same.
teams, right?
Yeah, those everything else is we got the same, and we got our three locks. Each of us got our three locks. That was the special thing.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but we each got our three locks. So for my three locks,
Let's hear 'em.
all right, I got the Miami Heat.
Okay.
I love having the team that I know is going to be trying hard every year. They got a
Over
great
under
one of the best
39 and a
coaches in.
half. You have them going
Yeah,
over.
yeah, I
Okay.
got the over on the Heat. I got the over on the Hawks. I feel like you got that one too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy.
That one's I'm gonna like that lock, and then I know this is sneaky. I don't think you have this one for sure, but I got the Raptors as a lock too.
Oh, you got the six. You
Yes,
got the
sir.
six going over. I like that pick. I like that pick. I do not have them as a
Yeah,
lock, but I like the pick. It's a risky pick, but
yeah.
it's a good
I'm
good bet.
I'm trusting the talent. I'm trusting the talent.
Yeah, I like that pick. I like the pick. So my three locks
What do you?
are
Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks over 46 and a half. I mean, that one, I think everyone could have guessed that by now. I think they easily go over 46 and a half. I think they'll be the second best team in the East. And then my next lock is where is it here? New York Knicks. I think they go over 53 and a half. I really think the Mike Brown and Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, this team won 51 games last year. I think that barring injury, they easily go over 53 and a half. That is a lock. And my last lock is the Detroit Pistons, 44 and a half. I
Oh,
think they go over 44 and a half. I think Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, I think all these guys take leaps. And I think that the loss of Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway, I think bringing in Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, I think that they do that fairly easily. And they replace those guys fairly easily. And I think that they will not feel like they didn't lose a step there. So, yeah, the Detroit Pistons might be a very hot take there. My final lock over 44 and a half.
I like it. I like it. We got one similar lock, and then the other
Yeah.
one's like a risky one, and we one that you're pretty
All our
confident in,
locks
like the
were overs,
Knicks.
right? No under
Yeah,
locks. That's the
I don't like
that's
doing
the
under lock.
theme.
I always like doing overs. I don't know.
Yeah, that might just be like some bias, some scientific
Yeah.
bias there, where people like going
uh,
over.
yeah. I
That's
think
why
yeah.
people bet mostly overs too, and like I don't know. I'm sure there's some gambling science behind that.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true. But there it is, man. There it is. We just
There
went
it is.
over the East. Check out our West video that we did last week. We got we'll probably do another over under right before the season. This was kind of like an
Yeah,
earlier test. But
some
yeah,
summer content.
pretty fun stuff. Yeah. We got a lot more content coming, a lot more Kings, a lot more NBA. Give us that like, subscribe, give us some comments, let us know what you think. And we're gonna be producing more content. NBA Guru shows coming out strong this year, so be ready.
Sure.
Be ready, ladies and gents. All right, guys. See you on the
Later.
next one.